It's going well with North Korea when U.S. intelligence agencies saying they're deceiving the U.S. right now and making more fuel.
Look, as I said yesterday, I'm not going to confirm or deny intelligence reports. I'm not going to comment on that. But we had good meetings just a couple days ago with Ambassador Kim. And as you know, Secretary of State's headed to North Korea. And we're continuing to make progress in those conversations.
Is he moving the goalpost, though? Is it now war avoidance and not denuclearization?
No. I mean, again, the goal is the same as it's always been, and that's denuclearization. That's what we're going to continue pushing for and continue working with them on.
Is the president doing more Supreme Court nominees today? Is the president interviewing more Supreme Court nominees today?
We'll keep you posted as he has interviews. He's got several more he's going to do this week, and we'll let you know.
Joan Larson, is she one of them?
Once again, we're not going to comment on the names, but I can tell you that has got a great list, and we're excited about who he's going to pick.
Will he make his Monday deadline?
He'll make the Monday deadline.
He said the other day that there would be 6 or maybe 7. We know that he interviewed 4 yesterday, so is it safe to assume that there are still 2, maybe 3 left to interview?
Yeah, the president said yesterday he's got 2 or 3 more that he'll interview this week and then make a decision.
Sarah, on Fox,
that a female candidate or nominee would help convince people like Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski to back them in the Senate?
Look, the criteria the president has outlined is what I said yesterday and what we've said several times before. He's looking for somebody with tremendous intellect. He'd like somebody with the right judicial temperament, and he wants somebody who's going to be focused on upholding the Constitution.
Sarah, on Fox just now, you criticized the president's opponents for not treating everyone with respect. Does he treat everybody with respect?
Look, I think we try every
Does he
single
treat
day.
everybody with respect?
Look, we try
Does he
every
treat
single
Maxine
day
Waters and Angela Merkel with respect?
To treat everyone with respect. Certainly,
Not we, him.
I know I've watched him interact with Angela Merkel on a number of occasions, and certainly treats her with respect.
All the time, really.
Look, I think that the question here is whether or not people should be allowed to go in public. That was what I was being asked about, and that was what I was
Sarah,
responding
speaking of Angela Merkel,
this effort for
letters
civility
that the president sent to NATO countries, basically criticizing them for their defense spending ahead of this meeting next week. What is the president threatening to do if they don't do that? What is the consequence for them?
Look, I'm not going to get into a negotiation with you guys, but the president has publicly shared his frustration that he'd like to see other countries step up and do more, particularly when they have the capability, and they've made the commitment to do 2%. He'd like to see them fulfill that commitment. The United States has more than surpassed that and is carrying a lot of that burden, and he wants to see other countries that have the capability to do that step up and do the part that they've committed to do.
Speaking of Angela Merkel, what is the White House reaction to the reverse of her stance on immigration in a way? Do you feel vindicated at all, or is it 2 totally different issues between the U.S. and Germany?
Look, the president's focused on trying to fix the immigration problem we have here in the United States. He'd like to see Congress, particularly Democrats, stop political grandstanding and actually come up with some real solutions and work with us to fix the problem, and that's what the president's doing.
Lastly on civility, we're going into a holiday weekend. Is the president committed to no longer calling journalists the enemy of the people in an effort to create a more civil environment?
We have a great deal of respect for the press, and as the president said last week, he thinks that there's a number of great people in the press. What he's asked for
the others,
is that
enemy of the people?
What the president has asked for is that while we do have a great deal of respect, we also know that they have a great responsibility to put out accurate information, and we hope we can continue to work together
Is
to
it
do
possible
that.
the president
will now commit to stop calling them the enemy
What
of the
happened
people?
with the flags in the Capital Gazette paper? The mayor said that it was denied, and you just said this to CNN this morning that it has now been approved. So what happened there?
As soon as the president directly heard about the request made by the mayor, he asked that we reach out and verify that the mayor had made the request. And when we did, the president asked that the flags be lowered immediately.
Did his staff not tell him about it initially? What happened?
I'm not sure on the process, but there's a certain protocol that is followed. But once the president heard about the mayor's specific request to him, he fulfilled the mayor's request in order that the flags be lowered. And I think the proclamation, if it hasn't gone out, it's going out in the next few minutes.
Is it possible the president would nominate somebody who would support Roe v. Wade?
Again, we're not going to make a decision based on specific cases, but on those qualifications I outlined. Thanks, guys. We'll see you later today.